Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Gabby and I am the founder of The Green Bell, which is all about clean beauty. We focus a little bit more on luxury clean beauty, so this brand today that we are focusing on is definitely on that luxury clean beauty marker, so definitely make sure to stay tuned if you're interested. We're going to be talking about Westman Atelier products. I am so excited. This video is long awaited because their products are on the pricey side, and I wanted to make sure I had a fair amount of their products from their collection to give you as an in-depth review as possible of a variety of their products that they carry in their line, while also being able to complete a full face of makeup. If you want to hear my full thoughts on this brand, their products, definitely make sure to continue watching. I'm also going to guide you to my blog post, which is linked down below, and it's a very in-depth analysis of all of the products. It's going to give you the price, the weight, so the amount of grams that you get in the product, the price per grams, the ingredients. I've done a full analysis of all the ingredients for each of the individual products so that you can see the cleanliness, what questionable ingredients, what spotlight ingredients are in all of these products, application tips, my final thoughts, coverage, blendability, etc. It's all in there for you guys, so definitely make sure to head there, because this video would be like 3 hours long if I were to go through each of those individual details in a video. So that is a very important piece of this review, so that you can learn more about each individual product and more about the brand. I hope you guys enjoy watching. Definitely make sure, if you are clean beauty obsessed, to hit the subscribe button and follow along, because I share lots of clean beauty videos with you all. Grab a drink of some sort. So I've got both water and my Starbucks peppermint mocha, so that you can enjoy, sit back, relax, do your makeup with me. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the Westman Atelier. This is their Vital Skin foundation stick, and I have the shade Atelier 2. Now there are 18 different shades in the collection. I think they recently expanded to include a little bit more deeper shades, which is great. So this is Atelier 2, and Atelier 2 is described as a medium fair with warm beige undertones. I have used this on my channel before, and you've seen me draw on my face, but that is not how you are supposed to apply it as per Gucci Westman. So I'm going to follow the recommendations for all the products. Actually, that reminds me, before I do the foundation, I want to go in with the highlight stick, which is in the shade Lit. And this is the Lit Up highlight stick. And actually, they recommend to use this kind of as a primer. So to just kind of apply it directly on your face. And I believe Gucci Westman did this in a video. Like, she has a YouTube channel, and I believe this is what she did on that YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna blend that in. I just put it on the high points, and it adds like a really nice kind of dewy gloss. Perfect. So now I'll go in with the foundation, and because I really want to give you a good idea about what this brand is all about, I will be also sharing a little bit more about the brand, a little bit about Gucci Westman herself, which is the founder, some of their sustainability kind of work and everything like that, their take on ingredients, and just kind of be like, give you the full idea of what this brand's all about, because it is a very luxurious brand. I would say it's a like top of the notch luxury clean beauty brand, and I think that's really exciting because we don't have a lot of those in the green beauty space. So I'm just taking my finger with the foundation, and I'm just gonna start by just pushing that into my skin. So I just kind of take it, and as you can see, my skin's super prepped with nice skincare, and that really helps to allow this just to sink into the skin. I do have a bit of redness up here, like a existing blemish, so you'll see how that does. Now this is a light to medium buildable coverage foundation in a stick formula. It's super soft, very creamy, blends in seamlessly. The actual stick itself is not stiff at all. It doesn't really need to be warmed up. It's already super buttery. And this has a bunch of different oils in there to kind of allow it to melt into your skin. And it's not formulated with any silicones. Now, I did do a in-depth blog post, and that blog post is going to go through all the ingredients in all of the products that I'm using today and just give you kind of like the overall rating and review for the ingredients that are in here. And there was no like one ingredient in here that stood out to me as being questionable. So that's a good thing. The foundation looks to be very clean. Now I'm using my foundation flat top foundation brush. This is the Morphe E9. Now I'm using this because I've seen her apply her foundation on her models using her flat foundation brush. And I don't have that brush, so I'm trying to mimic kind of the application using my own foundation brush that has a similar kind of look to it. And this is a synthetic bristled brush, and all her brushes are synthetic, made in Japan. I have one of her brushes which I will be using and demoing for the iPods, and all of her makeup is made in Italy, which I thought was really unique and cool. So she doesn't have a concealer, and the whole point of her makeup is to be like a second skin, kind of your skin but better, enhancing your own natural features, not, you know, looking like you're wearing makeup. You want it to look like your own skin. So she does recommend using 2 different shades for the foundation because your skin is not one tone. It's going to look the most natural. However, I only have the one shade, though I think I would purchase the lighter shade in Atelier 1. And I think that would be the perfect, just to kind of highlight under the eyes, around the chin, mouth, and forehead. And this just really helped to even out the skin tone. It really didn't do much for adding a ton of coverage, but I love the way that my skin looks. It doesn't enhance your pores. It doesn't enhance dryness when you do have them. Just using my finger. I'm using my ring finger because it is the lightest touch, just to be gentle around the eye. This gives you kind of like a light, you can kind of see that highlighter peeking through still. Yeah, so my thoughts on this foundation, I've been using it for a bit. This is not a first impressions of the foundation, and I love it. It's one of my favorite foundations. I actually think I really like the appearance of this foundation using that method of using my fingers and this brush just to kind of push it into the skin, give a really nice thin, even layer. I love this foundation. So just a little bit about the brand. This is what I found on the website, the Westman Atelier website, and all this information will also be listed in the blog post. But if you don't want to read and you just want to watch, it is a luxurious, effortlessly beautiful makeup formulated with clean ingredients and no compromises integrity, balancing perfect shades and buttery textures that melt into the skin with plant-based actives and cutting-edge science. Our passionate commitment to researching and reassessing our ingredients as new information comes to light. We believe makeup should do more than enhance. It should calm, replenish, and balance. Our makeup products are all made in Italy and our brushes are made in Japan, which I think is really nice. Okay, so just about the founder herself, Gucci Westman. So she was born in California and raised in Sweden. She has more than 20 years of experience in major editorial artists like Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, ad campaigns for Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana. So she rose to prominence creating dewy, super naturally glowing looks for celebrity clients like Jennifer Aniston, Anne Hathaway, Reese Witherspoon, and Gwyneth Paltrow. And she established her highly coveted second skin approach to makeup, which is something that I love and that I kind of strive when I'm doing my makeup, is that second skin, super natural, just enhancing my natural features. She's a lifelong vegetarian with a commitment to holistic living. Gucci feels strongly that luxury, efficacy, and clean doesn't have to contradict when it comes to exceptional makeup. And I love this philosophy. I really think that clean, luxury, and efficacy, like, it works, it has clean ingredients, and it feels luxurious. Like, those are my things that I want when it comes to makeup. So I definitely resonate with this. For her first beauty line, she designed a creamy range of seamless foundations, blushes, bronzers, and highlights that take a plant-first approach to crafting the perfect canvas. Developed to work together as a makeup wardrobe, Gucci's mission is to provide women with a seamless, edited range of options as multifaceted as their lives. Naturally beautiful, radiantly amplified skin, now available to everyone. So again, I really resonate with this. I love the idea of like a makeup wardrobe, kind of like a capsule wardrobe, but it's like your core collection of makeup products that are beautiful. They look beautiful on the skin, they look beautiful on your vanity or bathroom, and they make you feel confident and you feel good about the ingredients in them. So I really resonate with this, and I think it almost helps knowing this information to kind of allow you to spend that extra money. I think if you can connect with a brand, if you can connect with their philosophy, it really makes you feel more connected to the makeup. And I think that's being a conscious consumer, is feeling not just super detached from your makeup, feeling like you actually love the whole like creative process, and it almost feels like a little bit of a self-care. I think people often associate skincare with self-care, but why can't makeup be self-care as well? So that's kind of how I feel about this makeup. So with that being said, I've applied the foundation. Let's do the contour stick. Now this is their Face Trace contour stick in the shade Biscuit. They only have one shade, and this is a matte bronzer. Super beautiful, super creamy. $68 Canadian or $48 US. Has 6 grams of product. The claims is that it will sculpt and define with this creamy contour stick that won't interfere with other makeup. It also helps protect the skin against environmental stressors. And there's actually this ingredient that is part of their biomimicry technology. And this is an anti-pollution skin shield inspired by nature to lock in hydration and guard against environmental impurities. So Gucci actually says to sweep this under the cheekbone, so let's do that. So I'm just going to actually did that backwards, but to start kind of like in the middle of your cheekbone and brush back towards your hairline. And then you're going to blend with your fingers, working in an upwards motion, not downwards. So you want to kind of like lift your face rather than drag it down. So I'm just going to, and this blends in seamlessly. Oopsie. It's so creamy. It just like melts into my skin. Like it's just blended all of a sudden. And it blends in super effortlessly, so it's actually a really quick application. It just melts into that foundation, and you can take it along your forehead. And she says you could take it down the bridge of your nose. Now, I don't typically contour my nose, but let's do it. Just taking that same foundation brush. Yeah, it literally just seamlessly blends. Like it almost just like disappears and melts into your skin. Now, she also says you can add it to your eyelids to just create a bit of depth. But because I'm going in with some eyeshadow later, I'm going to skip out on that step, but definitely something to try and do. Now, I love that. I love contour sticks. I love creamy contour sticks, and this is definitely lacking in the clean beauty space. Okay, so let's do the blush next. This is the Baby Cheeks, and I have the shade Petal. There are 5 shades in total. So she says you can go directly on your cheeks with this. And depending on, you know, how old you are, your face shape, you might not want to put it this high. You may have to kind of just follow more just above your contours, but I usually like kind of putting it more on the apples and then blending it back. And again, all these cream products just melt into the skin effortlessly. Like, I'm not even patting that much, and it's just looks like the perfect rosiness. And she actually applies a bit of that blush onto her nose, and this is something that I've been doing for a while now, is applying my blush to my nose, and it gives you either like that kind of like been in the sun look, or in the winter she says kind of like you've been out skiing in the chalet, which I think is just so like posh. So I used to live in Vancouver, and skiing used to be one of my favorite activities in the winter, because I could just do a quick drive to the mountains and ski, and I definitely used to look like this after skiing, so I find it very nostalgic to kind of mimic that look. It just looks so healthy, glowy, dewy. Like, I honestly feel like my skin looks plumper, juicier, younger. Like, I'm so obsessed with these products. Now, some of the ingredients in this, now this also has that biomimicry technology to help with environmental stressors and prevent environmental impurities, gives you that kind of shield. And then it also has Vitis Vita grape extract, which helps to detoxify skin cells, promoting production of skin's own collagen and hyaluronic acid. So I think that's why it kind of gives you that plump effect. And it has a triple botanical blend of light Ayurvedic oils to soothe and nourish. And you guys know how I feel about Ayurveda. I love Ayurvedic oils, ingredients, and when they're integrated into skincare products and makeup products, it's like amazing. Again, if you just want to look, this is a very interesting kind of like jelly-like formula with this iridescent kind of cool tone shift. You can glide on the tops of your cheekbones. It gives your skin that like really juicy look. It is a silky translucent gel highlighter, and it kind of gives you that fresh I just had a facial look, as it says on their website. And I really do think that like when your skin is like oily and like not bad oily, like hydrated, plumped, juicy. And she actually recommends to keep this in your bag so that, you know, if your skin needs like a little bit of a touch up during the day, it's looking a little bit dry, like it needs kind of that juiciness added back into your skin, then you can go ahead and apply this, and it's gonna just look super healthy and juicy. So yeah, look at that. Okay, so now for some of their more kind of compacts, I have the Butter Bronzer, and the Butter Bronzer I've been eyeing for so long. It is the most expensive bronzer I own. It is $98 Canadian, but it's stunning. And I have to say, the pan looks small, but I did do some investigation just to see how it compared to the volume in my Well People bronzer. So you can see the pan looks bigger for the Well People. It actually looks like there would be more. Now this product here has 8 grams, and this is 7.5, so it's almost has the same amount of product, and it's actually, the Westman Atelier has a little bit more, so that's interesting. And then also the Hand Cosmetics Malibu bronzer that I talk about a lot actually contains only 4.5 grams. This Butter Bronzer is a matte bronzer, and it's to give you that just came from the beach sun-kissed glow. This shimmer-free formula leaves the skin looking healthy and naturally bronzed. Innovative pigment technology protects from environmental stressors while plant butters nourish the skin. I really don't want to put my finger in here because the pattern on here is just stunning. I love it, but let's do it. It's such a buttery, silky formulation, and even the swatch feels so soft and like not powdery, not kickback. It's just such an incredible soft, soft, soft formulation. It's gonna use the Morphe E53 brush. I'm gonna dip it in here. And it does have a nice mirror. Just gonna sweep it on your cheeks and to not, again, go below your kind of cheekbones. Sweep it on your forehead, and you're just gonna sweep this where naturally the sun hits. And the sun does kind of hit on this top portion. On your nose, a bit on your chin, and that's it. You don't want to do here because naturally it's not going to hit you there. It's all hitting kind of the high points. So the one thing I do want to mention with this product is that it does contain talc. Now, I have the questionable ingredients. It was this one and then their ingredient they use for their biomimicry technology. Now, the one thing with talc and the concern for talc is the contamination with asbestos, and asbestos fibers pose a risk for respiratory concerns and respiratory toxicity. This is information from the EWG Skin Deep database. There are a number of other clean and beauty products that also use talc as an ingredient. For example, the Kjaer Weis cream foundation, as well as the Kjaer Weis eyeshadows have talc, and then Saint Cosmetics foundation and blush both contain talc. Those are just a few of the clean products that I've seen that also contain this ingredient. I would assume that they really vet their ingredients and probably establish a cleanliness with their products to prevent contamination, but I also think that they could do without it. I think that if they were to reformulate this without talc, I think it would be a lot better, just because it's still questionable and we don't actually know, we can't see how it was manufactured, etc. So it's hard to know. Now, this usually talc as an ingredient is more of a concern with products that have a lot of like powder particles that float around. So if you're doing like a loose setting powder, for example, like this Ilia one, there's a higher probability that the particles are going to float, and a higher risk of inhalation with this product. If you, because it's a bit of a creamier formula, there isn't that much kickback, so it's not like these like particles are floating around as much as they would in here. So it does depend again on the formulation, but I think again, they could probably do without it, but I'm gonna continue using it because it is such a beautiful product. Hey everyone, so my camera died, so I had to charge it for a bit. So my skin has had some time to set in. I've gone for a walk in the cold and everything like that, so it's still looking absolutely gorgeous. So I've just finished with the bronzer, and now we are going to move on to the super loaded tinted highlighter, and I have the shade Peau de Peche. And Peau means skin in French, so it's basically like peach skin, and this is a very soft formulation. People struggle with how to use these because they're quite deep, and I think they would look beautiful on deeper skin tones, but you can't actually use them with lighter skin tone. I'm going to show you how I'm going to use this Peau de Peche. They also have Peau de Rosé, which is a bit of a newer color. Definitely more pinky, and then they also have Peau de Soleil, which is more of like a bronzy. So I'm just using this brush right here. This is my Sappho blush brush, I believe, and it is kind of like a creamy formula, so you can see how much of the product is actually picking up. And they usually use their blender brush, but I'm going to use this one and just kind of sweep it like across my whole cheeks up to almost like a blush cheek topper, and it's just going to add a lot of nice glow. And the Peau de Peche is their original, so it's adding a bit more rosiness. I'm going to just see, it almost looks a bit more of like a warm nude than like a super peachy color in my opinion, but I do love the way that it looks actually. It's a really, really pretty blush topper to give you very like luminous skin, so you can also apply it to your eyelids. But again, I'm going in with the eye pods later, so we'll just skip on that step for now. Now that kind of just enhances like the après ski look. feel like this is very après-ski for winter. I mean, this should be a thing, après-ski makeup. Oh, gorgeous. Okay. Because Westman Atelier doesn't have any eyebrow products, and because I want to keep this look very minimal and just kind of natural, I'm just going to use the Ilia Essential Brow in Blonde just to kind of sweep that to add a bit more bushiness but not be too dramatic. There we go. So just kind of like a nice little bit of floof but not too much definition. iPods. So I have the Les Jours iPods. There's two. They have Les Nuits and Les Jours. This one is Les Jours. We have Tobacco. And I love that these are magnetic so they stick together. This one is Neige. And this one is Chocolat. So basically chocolate, snow, and tobacco. So I think I'm gonna start with Tobacco all over the lids. And I'm super excited because I have the eyeshadow 2 brush that I heard has really great reviews. So I'm just gonna swirl it in here. You can see how it's picking up the product. And I'm just gonna sweep that on the eyelids. It's kind of like a nice bronzy shade. So now that I've tried this, I might go back in and get the eyeshadow 2 brush. Actually, they have a full brush wardrobe, and that brush wardrobe includes their 7 core collection brushes, and I would love that, just to have all the brushes, because I mean the all black handle is just so beautiful. So there we go with Tobacco. I'm just gonna see if my finger, very silky buttery formulation. So yeah, see how it kind of deepened that? So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Chocolat, which is that deeper brown. I'm gonna use the same brush, just kind of swirl it in here and just focus that kind of in the outer portion of my eye just to deepen. I'm using the same brush because I just want this to be like easy makeup, you know, like no fuss. So now I'm using their mascara, and this mascara is a sample. It's an $82 mascara Canadian. I think it's $62 US. So it is a very, very expensive mascara. So let's see. Okay, so initial thoughts on this mascara, literally all I can say is wow. Like, my lashes look so good. Like, they're super separated, they're like really long. So I just applied the Petal blush onto my lips, which adds like a really nice soft nudie pink color, and this is the completed look, everybody. I think my skin looks so fresh, so young. Honestly, it's like I feel like my skin looks plumper, smoother, like I just got a facial and Botox and fillers all in one, but it still looks super natural and fresh. I am just in love with this makeup. I don't really have a product that I don't love. I don't know if you need this brush. I think that the fingers work fine, and I think you can just blend in with another brush afterwards, but I did really like this. They're very expensive, so I think if you're gonna get the makeup versus the brushes. But there are definitely some brushes that I'm eyeing that I think could be really complementary to some of the makeup. Like, I think the blender brush would work really well with the Peau de Peche. I did like their eye pods. I don't think that they would be the first product that I would purchase. I think they're really easy and nice on the eye, but again, I'd rather you buy like the Peau de Peche bronzer, foundation, the face products first, because those are the true standout products in the line, I believe. And I hate to say it, but the mascara is so lovely. Now I'm going to update you on the blog post and in the description about the wear of this, if it flakes, smudges, etc. under my eyes. But yeah, I am honestly in love with this look. I'm in love with the finish of the skin. I think it just looks so healthy and glowy and beautiful, and I think that's really the result that Gucci Westman wants you to achieve with her makeup products. So I really think she hit the nail on the head in terms of the purpose of her makeup and the outcome that she wants you to receive and the outcome that you actually get. I really think that it's in line. So I think that's also really important, that what you claim is what you get, and I think you do get what they claim, and I think that's why it comes to such a luxury price point. And the packaging, of course, is that luxury price point, so you are going to kind of be putting your money into the packaging as well. So just to touch on their sustainability, I will have this information listed in the blog post, but they use FSC certified sustainable birchwood handles for their brushes, so their makeup brushes. And they also are researching novel plastic alternatives for future products and working on implementing innovative energy reduction and waste disposable strategies. Their secondary packaging, so like their boxes, these are made from Invercott. It's a paper board with one of the lowest carbon footprints available. And also big news, they are currently dedicated to an initiative to convert to refillable packaging. They've also partnered with Environmental Packaging International, EPI, for consulting and tracking of their carbon footprint to continuously improve the recyclability of our products and reduce the impact to the environment. They've also teamed up with Offset to calculate the carbon footprint of our e-commerce order shipments and then donate monthly to the Jaripara Red Plus avoided unplanned deforestation project in the Amazon rainforest. So a little bit about their sustainability, which I think is also a really important thing to put all together for the full picture. So that is it for today's video. I am so happy with the outcome. Definitely make sure to hit up that blog post because it's going to provide you with so much more information about each individual product. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a long one, but if you've made it this far, definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here on my channel. Bye guys.